Hey, so today is October 2nd, 2020, and I'm just trying to make more videos as of late. I wanted to talk about something else that I've been thinking about quite a lot over the last few years, and that's just my general lack of experience with girls, with women, that will definitely become a major hindrance as time goes on when relationships do become a possibility for me. Because it definitely isn't right now, and really never has been. Now, just to clarify, this isn't going to be a rant against women. I'm not going to blame my problems on the woman. Not an incel. Definitely not. I like to think I'm quite supportive of women's rights and liberation. So, this sort of lack of experience that I'm speaking to, when I mean lack of experience, I mean I haven't had a conversation with a girl that lasted longer than 10 to 15 seconds. Certainly never been on a date, no sexual encounters, no relationship experience, no nothing. I mean, women may very well just be like an alien species to me, right? But no, of course not. They're people. It's all different kinds of women. It's all different kinds of people of many different backgrounds. When I think back during my time in middle school and in high school, there were very few situations I was put in where I had to interact with some of the other girls in my classes. Only a handful of times, and they lasted no longer than 10 to 15 seconds. And it wasn't that I was deliberately avoiding those girls. I never found myself in those situations for one reason or another. And fast forward to my brief time in college. Um, I can only think back to one time that I even interacted with another woman around my age. And it was one day when classes were closed and I wasn't aware. And this girl came up to me and she said, classes are closed. I'm like, okay, thank you. And the only reason why I remember that is because I remember walking away thinking, that's the first time I've even talked to a girl in the last few years. Which is pathetic, but hopefully it illustrates to you just my profound lack of experience with women. But that'll definitely be a major issue as time goes on with my lack of experience. Beyond just simply talking to women, there's also certain ways you need to present yourself, to interact, will make her see you as a potential partner. You need to be flirtatious. You need to be very well versed in your social skills. Be able to hold long, interesting conversations. And of course, I'm not capable of that, of any of that at all. And it's going to be an extremely long time before I ever reach that point. if ever. And I feel like as I've read other people's thoughts, their experiences, there's a lot of expectations to live up to if you want to get into a relationship. And I think that's especially the case now with the shift to online dating. How most people, especially now during this pandemic, pursue dates online, with online dating apps. Online dating can be quite superficial in the way it operates, and if you're not necessarily attractive, if you're just average looking, you're not going to have much luck. And as far as those expectations, you need to be financially stable, make a decent amount of money, you need to be perfectly on top as far as your emotional and mental state goes. No insecurities, no depression that you may be dealing with or anxiety. You need to look attractive. Be the best version of yourself, and not everyone can live up to that. Not everyone can live up to those expectations that are set upon them. And I think this obviously goes both ways. It's not just men who have to deal with this. It's women as well. And online dating is the way I see it. It's not for me, but I know that most people are making that shift to where now it's almost being seen as old-fashioned to ask somebody out in person. I like to think that I'm not the worst looking person in the world. I do have my fair share of issues that I could work on. Could use a better hairstyle, a better wardrobe, wear the same collar vests every single day. Um, I could definitely also work out more because look at my arms, just extremely skinny. I weigh between 125, 130 pounds at 6'1". It's not good. It's not good at all. And the problem is that if I want to build muscle, I need to be taking in twice as many calories that I do take in daily. And that's difficult. That it's expensive, and it's difficult to stay consistent with. And of course, I wouldn't just be doing it for other people. I'd be doing it primarily for myself. But I also know how the world works, and being in shape is it's a major plus, and gives you an advantage of finding potential partners. And I also know that there's other issues in the way that I present myself to people. Even right now, you can tell it in my voice, in my cadence, that I'm not necessarily an interesting person. I'm quite a dry, boring person, and I try to be as courteous as possible to everyone I interacted with, and as a result, just people never really took me seriously and treated me as innocent. And that sort of person never really gets anywhere romantically. They're seen as nothing more than an acquaintance or a friend, nothing more. There's that. But you also don't want to fall into the trap thinking that you deserve something in return, because there's plenty of other quote unquote nice guys. They think that by doing favors for women, by being an open ear for them, that they'll magically fall for them and they'll be rewarded a kiss or even sex. And it doesn't work like that. And when those men get rejected, they immediately flip on a dime and start sending them angry text messages. I'm not that person at all. I just fall into the other category where I try to be nice to people, considerate to people as I can be, but just you don't really get taken seriously. And not only does this impact any sort of potential friendships, people don't see you as interesting, but even on a romantic level, you know, people don't see you as a potential partner. Something that I've always believed in, that I've stuck by for a long time is you should never change yourself to please other people. You know, the sort of piece of advice that I've always despised is fake it till you make it. I've always hated when people have said that, because why would I pretend to be somebody else to please other people? It seems like a waste of time. And I'd be not only be lying to them, I'd be lying to myself. Because that's not who I am. But I think there's certain ways I can modify myself. I think that the issue that I've come to realize is I've used my nice behavior, my courteousness as a front to hide who I really am. Because I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of opening up to other people, which is why I'm talking to a camera. I find it difficult to just be myself, to be who I am around other people. Because there's always that fear of rejection. And the fear of rejection just constantly haunts you. But what I've come to realize is rejection is just a normal part of life. Not just romantically, but in general. The simple fact of reality is that not everyone is going to accept you. Not everyone's going to like you. And it can be for any reason. And when it comes to romantic situations, you're asking out somebody, there's a very good chance that they won't accept your offer, that they will reject you. And it can be for many different reasons. It may already be in a relationship, or it can be something as simple as them not finding you attractive, and there's just not much you can do about that. Just take it in stride and either continue being their friend if you weren't already, or just move on. Simple as that. Of course, I'm saying all this, but I haven't actually applied any of it myself. At least I know what needs to be done, though, right?